The EFF says more than 50 representatives of countries came to hear the leader sharing his thoughts about foreign policy. Since the party was launched, it has positioned itself as a Pan-Africanist party with socialist policies. And those who came wasted no time in asking tough questions.
Australia.
My question is, if you don't win a majority next year, what would your approach be to building coalitions?
My name is Han Peters. I'm the ambassador of the Netherlands in this country. I think without any doubt, the energy crisis is top of mind for most South Africans. So what's the plan of the EFF for ending load shedding?
My name is Håkan Juhl, the Swedish ambassador, and since EFF is known as an international movement, I would like to know more about your closest ally on the European and Asian continent when it comes to political movements that you share values with.
This is what Malema had to say on the coalitions in South Africa.
We gave the opposition power in the metros in 2016. Against the ANC, we're the ones who removed the ANC. That's how much we've demonstrated our commitment to bringing an alternative government in South Africa. But the oppositions, when it was now the turn to include the EFF, they excluded the EFF.
On the electricity, Malema says that the just energy transition must not be at the expense of energy availability.
The coal power stations that were decommissioned will recommission them. Because you can't decommission a power station for green energy that gives you less than what that power station was giving you. It's illogical. We are all for green. We are all for clean energy, but not at the detriment of the economy of South Africa. We cannot destroy our base to appease USA and the UK. If the green gives me 2,000 megawatts, whatever I'm going to decommission should be giving me 2,000 megawatts or even less. So I know I decommission this one and the alternative is this one, and therefore I don't run short of what I'm requiring to sustain the economy of South Africa and to give our people a reliable electricity. So we also are going to stop this thing of taking out our clean energy, our clean coal to outside countries and leaving us here with a dirty coal and being told we are polluting. The pollution, whether it happens in China, whether it happens in the UK, whether it happens in Germany, whether it happens in the USA, is going to affect us even here in South Africa. So why is there a story that we must not use coal in South Africa, yet we see tons and millions of tons being taken out of South Africa? Where are they going?
He has called on BRICS member countries not to come to South Africa in support of President Vladimir Putin.
We called for BRICS heads of states to stay away in solidarity with President Putin, because today is President Putin, tomorrow it will be the Chinese president, the Indian president, or even the president of Brazil. So in solidarity with President Putin, they must send their ministers and say, we're not coming, because the establishment of BRICS was to create an alternative platform to avoid this type of nonsensical arrangement.
The EFF leader has called on Zimbabweans to go home and vote in large numbers in the upcoming elections.
They must never despair. They must continue to fight for their country and reclaim it from kleptocracy and the criminality that has hijacked Zimbabwe. We want the Zimbabweans to fight to take over their own country back. We want the international community to lift the sanctions and let's get Zimbabwe to work again. These people who are saying they are Zimbabweans all over are the ones who should be marching in solidarity with the people of Zimbabwe and demanding free and fair elections in Zimbabwe. This thing of pretentious elections is not going to work, is not going to deliver confidence, the much needed confidence that Zimbabweans need now from the international community to go back and reinvest then to lift the sanctions.
Sophie Mkwe, SABC News, Johannesburg.